In the early hours of a fine winter morning, an aerial battle is being planned. Helicopters are to lift 1080 pellets into the native bush on Wellington's hills. 1080 is a much maligned pesticide that is the most powerful weapon we have to deal with the mammalian predators of our flora and fauna. Stained green and cinnamon lured so as to not attract birds, the grain-based baits contain the poison sodium monofluoroacetate. It gets its common reference of 1080 from its number in the International Poisons Catalogue. A salt of fluoride, it is biodegradable and highly water-soluble, broken down to harmless salts by microorganisms in the environment. Distributed by a spinning disc at the base of the hopper, the rate of application is carefully controlled. With guidance from GPS route finders, the helicopter accurately spreads the baits across the rugged landscape. Each pellet contains enough toxin to kill one possum, allowing them to be effectively targeted in the most remote parts of New Zealand. About a month before the 1080 drop, a pre-feed of natural coloured pellets without poison is carried out, so the possums and rats discover the cinnamon flavoured baits. By the second application, the target pests have learnt to search the forest floor for the now toxic baits, with deadly results. As New Zealand has no native terrestrial mammals other than native bats, aerial distribution of 1080 is very effective for the control of introduced pest and predator species with minimal impact on non-target animals. During winter, when alternative foods are scarce, the kill rate of possums and rats can be as high as 98% before microorganisms in water and the leaf litter break down any remaining poison. An additional benefit of the 1080 is the secondary poisoning of the mustelids, killing the stoats, ferrets and weasels as they scavenge the carcasses of the dead rats and possums. Some birds can be affected by 1080 with a few casualties, but the removal of their predators and competitors has a far greater positive impact on their populations. Without intervention on a wide scale, native species such as our native pigeon, the native robins and tomtits will be gone from our forests. The kaka, the charismatic native bush parrot, has already almost vanished from Wellington's forests and is nationally endangered. By the removal of its predators, the kaka can re-establish from sanctuary populations like Zealandia and Kapiti Island. Studies have shown most insects, such as weta, that come in contact with the baits tolerate the effects and the poison is excreted. The diet of rats and possums contain a significant proportion of invertebrates, and the 1080 distribution has a beneficial impact on insect communities overall. Many forest plant species, such as the great northern rata, will also be lost unless the intensive browsing by possums is controlled. With the massive reduction of predators of our flora and fauna, the recovery is remarkable. Without predation and the competition for food, the birds nest earlier and have more successful clutches. 1080 is our most powerful weapon in the battle against the introduced animals that are destroying our native forests.